Okay, so I want to give you a quick update on my layoff journey. And if you are new here, my name is Joshlyn. I was recently laid off from my job for the second time, and I have learned a lot between November and January, which is when you are seeing this video and when I am recording it. So I have a few lessons that I've learned through the tears, the joy, the pain. But I'm feeling very good today. So I said, let me record this video today because I don't know what tomorrow holds. So the first lesson that I learned is that being prepared is underrated. And I am so glad that I saved, okay? I saved 6 months worth of expenses with my last job. I invested to the point where I built a $250,000 portfolio because that first layoff really caught me off guard, okay? Like, when I think about where I was then when I first got laid off in 2020 and where I am now, it's literally a complete 180. And even when I feel sad and mildly depressed sometimes, I remember that, like, girl, you were not prepared at all in 2020. Like, you need to count your blessings and thank God that happened because it forced you to get your money together, okay? I think for a lot of us, especially those that work 9 to 5s, we get too comfortable with our jobs and we think that we can never be without it. And that's why I'm always telling my girls, I call them my money girls, my clients, like, put your money to work. The blessing of having consistent income is underrated, and be prepared for the unprepared. And as you can see, it's happening already. It's 2026. Like, January's not even over, and like, all I do is log into LinkedIn, and I've seen at least 5 I got laid off messages. So if that don't tell you nothing else, it should tell you to take your money serious and control your money and not let it control you. The days of just blowing it on all this stuff that don't matter are in the past, because this economy is not an economy you want to play around with. Now, I'm not saying live some restrictive life and not have any fun. I guess I have fun. I have free fun these days. But like, have fun, but keep the main thing the main thing. Again, as a girl that has been laid off twice, okay? Not once, but twice. First in 2020, the second time in 2025. I was not prepared for that 2020 layoff, okay? I didn't even have enough savings to truly maintain myself. My savings back then where I'll save whatever I have left. You know, I never saved first. I always would spend the money on willy-nilly. I pay my bills and stuff, but it's like, I looked at saving as like an afterthought. You know, I was investing that $100 via, you know, a financial advisor, but like, I could have been doing so much more with my money. And I just think back on like, girl, you could have been so closer to retirement. You could have been so closer to truly making work optional if you did what you were supposed to do with your money. And that's why for anybody who's in their 20s watching this, even if in your 30s like me watching this, like, I urge you not to play with your money no more. Make paying yourself first your priority. When I say paying yourself first, I mean putting money aside in a high yield savings account. I talk about these all the time. I have a whole video on how banks are getting rich off of us, because these banks, whether you realize it or not, they're investing your money. Now, your money is FDIC insured, which means that if they lose it, they're on the hook to get it back. But they are investing your money. They're buying new buildings. They're investing in other things. And it's like, why aren't you investing your own money and you're leaving it in this place that you think is safe when they're truly investing it themselves, you know? So that was a big eye-opening experience when I realized that, like, these banks aren't paying me. They're using my money to go do what they need to be doing, and I need to be using my money to do what I need to do too. So be prepared for the unprepared, and please put your consistent income to work. Even if you have a business, you can still be saving. You can still be investing. High yield savings accounts are for everyone. Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs are for everybody. That stands for an individual retirement account. And that is where a good chunk of my money is. Most of my money is in my 401ks from my former jobs, but a Roth IRA is something you can have whether you work a 9 to 5 or not. As long as you have earned income, please get serious about investing. Even if it's $100, like, start investing. Don't just open the account, because a lot of my girlies, they open the account and they don't do nothing with it. No, the account is just a shelter. You have to invest in it. Invest in ETFs, exchange traded funds, invest in index funds. Like, I'm talking about all of those all throughout my channel, okay? I even have a workshop coming up. It's called the Invest Your First $100. It's a live virtual workshop where I walk you through what exactly to invest in, where to invest it, and why you should be investing it, you know, the way that we're investing it. Because a lot of times we feel like, yeah, I want to invest, I don't know where to start. I have a couple of $100, I have a couple of $1,000, and I know I should be investing it, but I don't know where to start. And analysis paralysis, okay? Information overload keeps a lot of us, especially women, keeps us from making moves. And I'm here to tell you, baby, you do not need another book. You do not need to watch another video. You do not need to save another post on Instagram. I know y'all do this because y'all tell me. Put your money to work. You do not need to give your whole check over, baby. You can still live your life. You do not have to live a life of restriction. But if you don't put your money to work, you're going to be working forever for your money. And again, this is coming from someone who's built a $250,000 portfolio as she still traveled the world. I bought my first home. I did all the things, okay? And I still put my money to work. That was always my priority with this most recent job that I got laid off from, okay? So I need you to be thinking. I need you to be thinking long term. I need you to be thinking for next month, next year. Investing allows your money to grow without you working for it. That's why I'm so passionate about it. Okay? The second thing that I learned is that having one income is too close to no income, okay? The US, if you live in the United States, baby, the United States favors businesses and investors. All the tax cuts, hello, business owners get them. Investors get them. This is why these big companies like Amazon and Apple, even Trump don't pay no taxes. Amazon ain't pay no taxes. You know why? Because they have structured themselves as businesses. They've structured themselves as investors. And a lot of these tax cuts go to those people. You know who's getting taxed the most? 9 to 5 employees, okay? Especially middle income employees. Once I learned that, the book that really changed my mindset around that was Rich Dad, Poor Dad, okay? He broke it down so great, okay? Like, if you do not put your money into some assets that can grow this economy, grow your pockets, you're going to always be taxed. You're going to be taxed in the worst way because the U.S. tax code does not favor 9 to 5 employees. You can do your research on this yourself, okay? I'm just telling you what I've learned along the way as someone who gets tax cuts from owning a house, someone that gets tax cuts from my business, someone that gets tax cuts for being an investor. You know, even the type of 401k you have can be a tax cut. You know, the type of IRA you have can be a tax cut. The way you work, where you work, if you have a home office, that could be a tax cut. Your mortgage interest that you pay is a tax cut. Like, this is why I'm so passionate about telling women, like, put your money to work. Why are you wearing your money? You can wear your money, baby. But if you don't invest, if you don't have some kind of business that can offset the money that you're making on your job, you're going to always be complaining about paying taxes every single year. And I know it because that used to be me, okay? I know it because a lot of my friends that are high earners are looking for places to put their money so that they can lower their tax burden, okay? The U.S. will always favor businesses and investors. Those are where a lot of the tax cuts come. So if you aren't falling into one of those buckets, you don't have to start a business. But you should be investing whether you own a business or not. Investing comes through the stock market. Investing can come through real estate, owning a home, owning any kind of real estate, even if it's a rental property. You know, like a lot of the cuts, a lot of the benefits go to those two types of people. And if you don't fall into one of those, you can continue to complain about the taxes you paying to the IRS, okay? And again, I know this because it used to be me. And the way that I'm able to benefit from these tax cuts is because I run a business, Maximize Money. I'm a money coach that teaches women how to invest in the stock market. I have a lot of expenses for my business, okay? I make money in the business. I have expenses to run the business. Those expenses become write-offs, okay? And ain't no random stuff I'm putting on there. The stuff helps me grow the business. Let's be clear. My home, I live here. I have a home office. Those are tax cuts. I get tax deductions because of that, okay? You see where I'm going here? Even my investments in, I have a traditional 401k and a Roth 401k, so technically I don't get no benefits for that. But my HSA, my health savings account, I invest in that. I can deduct, you know, some tax cuts because of that, you know? So it's just learning the game and applying it in a way that makes sense for you is the key, but you have to be investing to do that, which goes back to my workshop, baby. It's on Saturday, January 31st. It's called the Invest Your First $100 Workshop. Now, this is not for the girlies who think like, oh, I know I should be investing. Oh, tell me more about investing. No, you know that you have been needing to invest. You know that you bought the books. You know that you have a couple $100 just sitting there that you need to put to work, okay? That's what this workshop is for. It's for the women that are ready to take action, okay? I give you the play. It's a step-by-step process to getting you invested in your first $100 at the end of that workshop. At the end, you will be an investor, and you will have a clear-cut plan on what to do month to month. That workshop is happening on Saturday, January 31st. It's this Saturday, likely when you're watching this video. And it's for the girlies that are ready to take action. If you still need your arm twisted, it's not for you. It's for the girlies who know, I need to be investing. I know that the U.S. favors, these businesses and these investors. I know that I need to be putting my money to work. And I have been stuck with exactly what to do. I have more questions and answers. Join the workshop. It's live. The way I'm talking to you now is how I'm going to talk to you. We're going to be on Zoom. It's play by play, okay? The exact, simple, repeatable system that makes sense for you with your $100. So that is linked in the description if you want to join. Again, it's a simple step-by-step process. $100 in one investment account, and then in one investment, which will likely be an ETF, an exchange traded fund, or an index fund, okay? No more putting it off. The more you try to research, the more you go down this rabbit hole, the more analysis paralysis you have, and the more you don't take action. And again, I know this because my girlies tell me this all the time, and it's also how I started. Investing is not complicated. They just make it seem complicated because they're giving you all these complex things, where I'm here to help you start small and stay consistent so that your money can grow while you work, while you travel, while you sleep, while you spend time with your loved ones. That's the power of investing. It's called compound interest and dividends. And we're going to talk about all of that on the workshop. So that's linked in the description. The third lesson that I learned is not to expect people to understand my vision. So as you know, I just told you guys, if you're new here, I am a money coach. My name is Joshlyn. I'm a money coach. I'm also the founder of Maximize Money, where I teach women how to invest in stocks without fear so that they can grow their money with confidence. And the vision that I have for Maximize Money is, it's a legacy vision. Like, I want to be the go-to woman for women that want to learn how to invest and are stuck with taking the first step. Like, that's me. I don't want to have to twist your arm on why investing matters. I don't want to have to persuade you. I want you to know, girl, I've been watching all these videos. I've been trying to figure this thing out on my own, and I cannot figure it out. I need somebody to break it down simple, tell me exactly what to do. That is literally why I exist. I exist for the girls who know they need to be investing, but don't know exactly where to start, okay? Those are my people, not the people who are like, okay, I want to do this on my own. No, because I tried to do it on my own, and I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a lot of money. If you do it right from the very beginning, your money can grow while you're doing the rest of your life, okay? So that's the vision that I have for myself. Workshops, teaching, coaching programs. I want to be featured in Essence. I want to do all the things, okay? But I also recognize that what I'm building I've never seen it in my family. I've never seen it amongst my friends. So I love to just see other people that are in this similar space creating the vision that they have for themselves and making it a reality. Like, I've stopped trying to explain what I wanted to do to other people, and I just started doing it, I started getting in different environments with people that are also building legacy businesses, building mission-driven businesses. And for me, when it comes to financial freedom, especially for women, because for so long we couldn't even have bank accounts. We couldn't own homes. We couldn't work. You feel me? And so, like, now it's 2026, baby. If you still looking for somebody to take care of you, I'm clearly not for you. I'm all about women having freedom, having options, having autonomy over their lives, over their money, so that they can do what they want to do when they want to do it. And investing is my way of helping you make that a reality. Of course, I have videos and topics on debt payoff, saving, money management, because all of it connects. But investing is truly the best way to grow your money and to do it without having to trade your time for it. When you think about it, a lot of what we do, whether you run a business or you work a 9 to 5, you're trading your time for it every single day. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Now, granted, if you like salary, that's one thing. But again, if you don't work, you don't get paid, okay? Investing is not requiring you to work and still get paid. That's why I love it here, and that's why that's my focus. I want more women, especially if you look like me, I want more women to be investing. I want you to not be fearful, okay? The reason I took so long is because I couldn't find anybody who looked like me, and I couldn't find anybody who broke it down in a concise, digestible way. And that is the biggest compliment whenever my money girls tell me, like, girl, the way you break this down so easily, it's so easy to understand. Like, that's the biggest compliment for me, because everybody else makes it seem so complicated, and I don't like that. For me, I'm here for the beginner girlies. I'm here for the girlies who know they want to invest but don't know where to start and are frustrated with information overload. They want that play-by-play. They want that step-by-step. They want to be told exactly what to do. And that's what I do, okay? As a financial educator, a certified financial educator and money coach. So again, don't expect anybody to understand your vision. Just stay locked in, keep your head down, and be amongst other people that are also building legacy-driven businesses. And it expands your mind. You know, for me, like, it expands my mind around what's possible. And the things that I want to do this year, next year, and beyond are like, baby, listen, I want to go live in Senegal. I want to live on the beach and run my business full time. Now, I have a house here in Houston, so how are we going to do that? I don't know. But, like, I just want to live my life and get paid to do what I love and be where I love to be. I want to live by the beach. I want to have an ocean view. I want to hear the ocean in the background, baby. I want to help women get this money, turn their 9-to-5s into multiple streams of income. I want them to have the power, autonomy, and freedom to do what they want to do when they want to do it. But you have to have money to do all of that, okay? So that's why I'm connected to my vision and I'm locked in on my vision, because if I don't do it, who gonna do it? Ain't nobody else out here but me. Nobody can teach the way that I teach. Nobody has my story, okay? So lock in on your vision and don't expect anybody to understand it. They're going to see it one day, okay? The fourth thing I want you to do is to make room for joy. So again, I'm laid off currently. I don't have a lot of money to be making room for joy. But there are so many free events out there. Like, I've been to like 3 or 4 events already this year, and they have all been free, okay? And I have met so many amazing women that I've got to learn about their businesses. They've got to learn about mine. And I'm all about intentional community in this season, you know. And I feel like a lot of times we put joy and enjoyment on the back end. And I'm here to tell you, baby, put it on the front end. Now, don't go crazy and be spending your money all willy-nilly, especially if you laid off like me. Even if you do have a job, don't be spending your money all willy-nilly. Pay yourself first. We just talked about this. Save, invest, put that first, okay? But still make room for joy. And 2 of the ways that I'm doing that in particular this year is that 2 of my homegirls are coming to visit me. One of them's never been to Houston, so I'm excited to create some. I'm an itinerary girl. Now, it ain't too strict. It ain't too strict around here, but like, I want to show her 38-year-old Houston. Not 32-year-old Houston, okay? But I'm excited, you know, just to have my people around me, good people that I love, that love me. And then I'm also going to visit one of my friends, you know, and I'm looking forward to that. You'll hear about that later. Maybe. No, you'll hear about it. It'll be later in the year, but you'll hear about it. And so for me, it's like, should I be scared to go and travel? Like, no, because I did what I was supposed to do. I saved my money. I have a travel fund. I have an emergency fund. My emergency fund has 6 months of living expenses in there. My travel fund really won't be utilized this year because baby girl won't be traveling. Baby girl doesn't have a job. So baby girl will be in Houston enjoying all the city has to offer. That's my only trip that I have planned, even though I'm going to try to finesse something for my birthday. But outside of that, if it don't happen, that's okay. I might just go to Austin or something. I don't know. And Austin's a good time. But yes, make room for joy. Like, life is meant to be lived. I say that all the time because life is meant to be lived. I feel like for so long we just work, go to school, repeat. Work, go to school, repeat. Work, go to school, repeat until you retire. And it's like, girl, we don't even have a guaranteed retirement. You might as well live your life now. Live your life now. You know, that's how I think about it. Like, I'm not just spending money to make more money. I'm spending money that brings me joy as well. You know, every dollar that I spend won't give an ROI of more money. It may just bring me fulfillment. It may just bring me a new connection, a new opportunity. And going to where my friend is, like, I don't know who I'm so optimistic to who I'm going to meet. You know, I've only been there a few times. So like, I'm really excited to just immerse myself and be there for an extended amount of time, you know, and just be and just exist and just let people take care of me. Okay. I always take care of other people. I want to be taken care of. Okay. So make room for joy. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, okay? The last thing I recommend you do, and that I've learned, especially this year, is to ask for help when you need it. Like, I'm still actively working on this. Like, I will just cry myself to sleep. I will wake up in tears. I will be journaling in tears. And for me, I don't like to put my burdens on other people because we're all in a tough economy just trying to figure it out. But like, I've been so open with just like asking my friends for help. I've been asking my family for help. And it hasn't even been like, give me $50, you know? I haven't asked anybody for money this year, but it's just been helping me like, hey, can you help me promote my business? Hey, I'm struggling with this thing. Can you help me like strategize through it? Like, I'm always asking for help. And I'm just so grateful. Like, ask for what you need. People are willing to help. And I also recognize that, like, for me, I'm always giving. I'm always, what if I have it, you have it, you know? So like, I'm just big on like letting your tribe, letting your community take care of you. That's been a big lesson for me. So that's my layoff diaries, child. This is month 2 because I got laid off in November. So it's month 2. I have had a few interviews. One of them did not work out, but I'm okay because I didn't even want that salary they were offering anyway. I have one more interview coming up next week. We will see how that goes. So far, so good. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm liking the salary. I'm liking the environment because at this point in my life, the job needs to fit my lifestyle, okay? I'm not the type of girly who goes into the office every day. I'm not the kind of girly who want to be on meetings all day. So I know exactly what I'm looking for and I will not be settling. And in the meantime, I'm just full of gratitude that I'm in my house. You know, I'm laid off, but I'm in a house that I prayed for. I'm laid off, but I have 6 months worth of savings in my high yield savings account. I'm laid off, but I built an investment portfolio worth $250,000. So like, count your blessings, babe. Like, count your blessings, you know, opportunities. It's only January. God still has another 11 months to do his big one. I just want to make sure that I'm ready and that I'm laying the foundation and that he's able to work through me, you know, as I continue to serve the woman that he's called to me. So that is it, y'all. Layoff diaries, I guess, part 2. We'll be doing these every single month. If you have any questions, concerns, if you want to like, comment, subscribe, go ahead and do that. But leave your comments below. If you are laid off, comment below. I'm here to support you and encourage you. If there's any way that I can help you in the meantime, let me know. If you are ready to invest, you want that step-by-step process, you don't want to know exactly what to invest in, where and why, click the link in the description for Invest Your First $100. It's my live virtual workshop where we'll be doing just that. By the end of the workshop, you will walk away with your first $100 invested. I'm so excited about this, y'all. It's step 1 of so many greater things that I have planned for y'all this year. But one thing at a time, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, share this video with someone that you know has been laid off or is struggling, you know, with their job search. And just encourage them to stay encouraged and to trust God and know that all things work for the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.